Good morning, all of you. In last lecture, I already told about the Dalton atomic theory. Yes, the famous chemist John Dalton gave the Dalton atomic theory. According to Dalton atomic theory, the matter is made up of small, tiny particle that is called atom. And second point, atom not further divided. मतलब atom से छोटा कोई particle नहीं होता. Afterwards, we discuss about more point is there. He proposed that everything was made from the simple substance that is called atom. So everything is made up of element. I already told about the how element form when same type of atoms or molecules combine each other. When same type of molecules also combine, that is also form an element, and same type of atoms combine each other, that is also form element. Next point I already told about. He said that the property of every particle of an element are identical. Yes, see. Atom of same element, for example copper. If you take the atoms of same element, have same shape, same size, same everything. So according to this point, you already understand. Yes. Second point that is there, according to there, are different from their property of any other element. For example, if you take any other element, iron, the atoms of different element have different shape, different size, different mass. I already told about these points. I already told about the drawbacks of Dalton atomic theory. Now we discuss about the structure of atom. Structure of atom. Yes, structure of atom. Lot of scientists already told about the structure of atom. First of all, John Dalton told about the structure of atom. One model proposed by the John Dalton. Then Rutherford. Then Bohr model. Many scientists proposed the structure of atom. So let us see the structure of atom. So we are unable to see the atom with our eyes. It is very, very small, very small. The size in nanometer or picometer, and we are unable to see the atom with our naked eye. So we are able to see the atom by using the scanning tunneling microscope, very powerful microscope. We are able to see the pictures of atom. Pictures of atom like this. Together we are able to see the structure. We are able to see the picture of atom. So next we will try to see the structure of atom. Next topic is the structure of atom. So let us see the structure of atom. I already told in the Dalton atomic theory, the main drawback is that the atom is further divided. That is further divided. When the discovery of first electron, second proton, and third neutron. Yes, these are the subatomic particles. This is the main drawback of Dalton atomic theory. According to Dalton, the atom is not further divided. But when the discovery of electron, who discovered electron? Yes, J.J. Thomson. Yes, who discovered proton? Yes, who discovered proton? Goldstein. And who discovered neutron? That was a Chadwick. When the discovery of subatomic particle is there, then it is the main drawback of the Dalton atomic theory. According to Dalton, atom is not further divided. But when the discovery of these subatomic particle is there, that is the main drawback of Dalton atomic theory. So let us see, try to see the structure of atom. Yes, structure of atom. These are the subatomic particles. So try to see the structure of atom. Yes. Yes. The structure of atom is like this. The positive part inside the atom is called nucleus. Positive part is called nucleus. And outside these are called shells. But Bohr gives a special name that is called orbit. I already told this is the structure of atom structure. Inside the atom, positive part is the nucleus and outside the circle that is called shell. In shell, electrons are revolving around the nucleus. And you know, electron have negative charge. Electron, proton, neutron, these are the subatomic particles. When atom further divided, it means they further divided into electron, proton and neutron. Means atom is made up of electron, proton and neutrons. Positive part that is called nucleus. Around the nucleus, negative part is revolving around these shells, energy shells. You can say that energy shells. Electrons revolving around the here positive part, here negative part. And nucleus is made up of mainly two types of subatomic particles. Nucleons. We can say that the word used nucleons. Inside the nucleus, that is a proton plus neutron. Inside the nucleus, two subatomic particles are there, proton and neutron. Yes. Proton have positive charge and neutron have, see here P mean positive, here also positive. Yes, neutron mean no charge, have no charge. इसके ऊपर कोई चार्ज नहीं होता, no charge, and mean no charge. So overall inside the nucleus positive charge is there because nucleus is there, neutron is there and proton is there. Proton have positive charge, neutron have no charge. So overall positive charge is there. So let us see which value of the charge. Yes, charge on electron, that is a 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Coulomb. That is a Coulomb's law. Yes, Coulomb's नाम के साइंटिस्ट हुए थे. That unit according to their name, that is a coulomb. That was a negative charge, 1 point. And what is the charge on the proton? That is a, yes, see, 1.6 into 10 equals same charge, but on electron there was a negative charge. Here is a positive charge. Same charge. So it means what? Overall atom is a neutral. That we see afterwards. So I already told about the nucleus divided into two neutrons and protons, and around the shell, which thing is revolving around the atom nucleus? That is a electron. Electron have a negative charge and proton have a positive charge. This is the value of the charge on the proton and this is the value of the charge on a electron. So now we try to see what is the mass of the electron. Yes, mass of electron. Yes, mass of electron is what? 9.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 31 kg. Minus 31 means when you take the radius down middle means 9.1 divided by 31 zero. Our value is very, very small, negligible. Or in case of mass of proton, yes, mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 kg. If you want to write into the into the gram. Yes. Mass of electron in gram is 9.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 28 gram. Or in case of proton, mass of, yes, proton beta, yes, 1.67 into 10 raised to the power minus 24 gram. If you want to convert the kg into gram, multiply with 1000. That come down and 30 cut. That's why there come is a minus 24. Here also same procedure is there. So this is the mass of electron and proton. Again repeat, inside the atom, one positive charge nucleus. Nucleus is made up of proton and neutron. Proton have positive charge, neutron have no charge. Same electron revolving around the nucleus, there that is a negative charge. And overall atom is a neutral. First of all, see how overall atom is a neutral. Let us see. Let's try to see how the overall is a neutral. To know about this, first of all, we know about their electronic configuration. Electronic configuration mean arrangement of electrons around the shell. The first shell name is a K, then L, M, N, O, P, like this. When you move away from the positive charge, if electrons are very near to positive, mean their attraction, force of attraction between positive and negative charge is more. But when we move away, their force of attraction decreases. Why the force of attraction is decreases? Because the distance, for example, you take minus Q charge, here another Q charge, that was two charges is there, Q1, Q2. Yes, the distance between these two charges center is D, for example. Take R. So according to Coulomb's law, Coulomb's explained that the force of attraction is directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge. Means more is the magnitude, the more is the force of attraction or the repulsion. If a charge is the same, like charge, the repulsion is there. If a positive charge, attraction is there. Inversely proportional to the distance between two charge. If distance between them is more, very far away, the force of attraction is less. Inversely proportional. This is more, then this is a less. Inversely proportional. So join together. So this is Coulomb law only, beta. See, directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge and inversely proportional to the distance between two charge. So here we try to know about the when you go away from the positive charge, the force of attraction between them decreases because the gap between these two charges decreases. When you move away, when the attraction is there, it means the electron are unable to move. It means their energy is less. But when we move away, the force of attraction or repulsion is very, very less. So it means electrons are able to move outside very easily. Very easily. So to take out the electron from this shell is very easy, but from this shell is very, very typical. Very, very difficult. So here we require more energy, here we require less energy. It means when you move away from the nucleus, the energy start increases and the force of attraction start decreases. Keep in mind. Yes. Hanji. Now we try to see the how many electrons, how many protons, how many neutrons are present in the atom. Yes, this was the nucleus. Again I told Already told, yes, KLM, this was the shell. Here electrons revolving. Last shell is always called valence shell. And last shell electron is called valence shell electron. Valence shell electron. Keep in mind. And keep in mind, yes, atomic number is always equal to number of electron equal to number of proton. Yes, number of proton. For example, we take sodium. Yes, sodium atomic number is 11. So it means they have how many electrons? Yes, number of electrons same 11, and number of proton same 11. Yes, keep in mind, number of electron is always equal to atomic number and proton. For example, chlorine has a 17 atomic number. How many electrons are there? 17. And how many protons are there? That is also 17. So afterward we see the how many neutrons. So first of all, see how many number of electrons and protons are there in a sodium. For example, we take magnesium. Yes, magnesium atomic number is 12. So how many electrons are there? 12. And how many protons are there? 12. So it means the atomic number is always equals to number of electron and number of proton. Keep in mind. Keep in mind this. Now we try to see how the atom is neutral. Yes, see, first of all we take the example of sodium. Yes, sodium has atomic number 11. So how many electrons are there? Yes, 11. So charge on them is 1 on 1 is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. And 11 you multiply with 11. Yes, for proton, how many protons? 11. Their charge is positive, and the same charge is there on them. Yes, add it, overall charge. Yes, overall charge. Yes, charge on electron, charge on proton. So that will come, yes, 11 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb plus 11 into 10 to the power 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Yes, cut. That comes 0. 0 means overall neutral. If you want to try to find out directly, for example, yes, electron have minus 11, proton have plus 11, cut 0. Overall neutral. Yes, overall neutral. Yes. How the positive and negative charge come on the atom? See there. For example, we lose one electron. So charge will come when any atom lose one electron. The charge will come on, for example, sodium. So how many electron? 11. How many electron? 11. So minus 11 charge is there. And how many proton? That is also plus 11 electron for this for proton. So overall neutral 0. But when any atom lose electron, charge on atom come positive, and that is called cation. Yes, if any atom gain electron, gain electron, charge will come negative. That is called anion. Anion. If positive charge will come, that is a cation. If negative will come, that is a anion. Ion. The word use ion. The ion word only used when any atom lose electron or gain electron, become negative or positive. Firstly, atom is a neutral. Yes. Now we try to see. For example, sodium lose electron. Sodium. I will explain the electronic configuration afterwards. First of all, we see, yes, sodium configuration 281. In next lecture, I will explain the configuration of an atom. For example, sodium lose one electron. When you lose anything, you always write this side. This was the reactant side and this was the product side. So when you lose energy, anything, for example, exothermic reaction. Exo mean exist, release energy. One is endothermic reaction. Endo mean gain energy. In case of exothermic, always we write the energy that side. If anybody lose electron this side, so it means lose electron, we have to write on this side. So here come Na1 positive. So here lose last valence shell electron lose beta. This thing I explain in next lecture completely. Yes, here positive plus 1 charge will come on that sodium. So see overall charge. Here overall neutral. So here you see. Here plus 1, here minus 1. Here also 0. It means the charge neither be created nor be destroyed, but change from reactant to product. That is already told about the law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of energy. Here the conservation of charge is there. Reactant side charge also 0 and product side overall charge is also 0. If we put the electron this side, so here minus 1, 0 minus 1 will come minus 1 and here plus 1, not possible. When lose electron, you always write towards the right side. Yes. Now we see the when we gain the electron. When we gain chlorine 287, they require 1 electron to complete their octet. So here minus 1 charge, they gain 1 electron. When you gain anything, you have to write only right side. So here value come 288 minus 1 charge. So let us see how the plus 1 and minus 1 charge will come. For example, we try to take the example of sodium. You know, atom is already neutral. Sodium. How many electron? 11. Proton 11. So overall charge 0. But for example, when sodium lose 1 electron, when sodium lose 1 electron, the number of electron is minus 10 and number of proton plus 11. So overall charge minus 10 plus 11 plus 1. We are able to understand how the charge plus 1 will come. In case of chlorine, electron minus 17, proton charge also taken. Actually, electron is a 17 only with charge plus 17. When chlorine gain 1 electron, yes, so chlorine will minus 1 how? See, number of electron minus 18, proton same only. So overall charge, yes, overall charge minus 18 plus 17. 1 4 will come. So this is a way to you are able to find the charge. In next lecture, I will explain the electronic configuration, valency, and try to know about the how many neutrons are present in the nucleus. How many neutrons present in the nucleus? Yes, bye.